Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise and this reading is for Friday, October 23rd. Okay, so 3 cards for the day, tuning into whatever we need to know in order to evolve. Evolve, heal, and have fun. Okay, so we have the Knight of Pentacles, Death, Rebirth reversed, and the Queen of Wands reversed. Okay, so with the Death, Rebirth, number 13 card, when it's reversed, well, that brings us into that realm of, I mean, of course it's Pluto and Scorpio, right? It's all about transformation and change and a brand new open adventure. That doesn't mean it's easy, but when it's reversed, well, for some of you, it can be that you're resisting the change. And for others, it can be that for some reason you're unable to move on yet, and that's okay. It could be that when this card is reversed, we're still in the rebirth process. We're still in the grieving process, if that's true for some of you, or we're still in the throes of big change. I mean, like, every time I moved house, I got this card. And it wasn't easy. And I'm sure that going through the process of packing up boxes and making all the arrangements, to move, especially when I moved, to a different state, I'm sure I was in this. So for some of you, it can be that. It can just be really big changes that take time to process and work through and bring into, the movement and the fruition of the next card, which is the Temperance, which has to do with bringing all the forces together, bridging the gap. So in this card, we're still in the gap. We're still in the place of, oh boy, it can be sometimes somebody that has like control and power issues that are being projected onto you. Or it can be our own, control issues that keep us from letting go, from surrendering sometimes. But coupled with the Knight of Pentacles, we're in that realm there of just moving forward slowly, plodding along, and to know that we are moving towards some big change, whether we like it or not. Whether we like it or not, if we're still grieving, we will make it through this gateway, and we'll take our love with us, and we can love ourselves through it, and the rebirth will happen eventually. So that brings me into, with the Queen of Wands reversed, this has the element of a little bit of insecurity, lack of confidence, because when she's straight up, she's all about, I can bring it in. All I have to do is focus on my energy. There's a lot of encouragement that comes with this card, which, if we've had that growing up as a child, our creative self-expression is a whole lot easier to, to delve into and to put out there. But if we've ever had any issues around being seen or heard, like maybe we're afraid to be seen or heard because maybe we got smacked down or told to be quiet or said, something like, oh, you don't know, or you're not that, or whatever. Maybe parents weren't around and your siblings beat you up that way, emotionally. And maybe even, on other levels too. So sometimes that can, truly be the case. And if so, it's painful. It's painful. It's a pain that you have to go through. And you do have to grieve that past in order to get to the place where you can turn this card around. Because to turn her around, that's that element that we all have inside of us, whether we're male or female, it doesn't matter. However we identify, that doesn't matter at all. It has to do with, because all the queens have the watery element, which has to do with, receiving, there's like receiving the passion, that comes through. It's a very warm card, and there's a lot of determination. So I think that these two cards go really well together reversed, because if we're still in the process of the deep, deep, deep change, like the caterpillar, right? The caterpillar that has to dissolve inside the cocoon before it can turn into the butterfly. It liquefies. And if you're going through a process like this, it is so deep. And of course, you're not going to feel like putting yourself out there. And of course, it's not even the right time to put yourself out there. But life does move forward in small increments. And I think that for those of you who are going through a deep rebirth process, which absolutely can happen within the same lifetime, we don't have to die and leave our bodies to go through a rebirth. We can literally reinvent ourselves as we go, but it does take time. Now, with the Knight of Pentacles here, this tells me, because this could be like more of the morning, and this could be more of the afternoon, this tells me that to use the morning times, because I've gone through this process myself before a couple of times, and it's long and challenging, and your body doesn't have that same amount of strength that can flow through. So what helped me was to do things when I had the most energy, and of course that was in the mornings. And then I would spend a lot of time meditating and resting and healing. And then I might be able to do a little more in the afternoon, but never the same as like in the morning. So I took my time in, making sure that I got the rest. Self-care is critical with these types of cards. Absolutely. So yeah, let me draw some other cards. Let's move these up. Oh, if you hear that noise, it's not the mothership. it's the street cleaner. Wouldn't that be funny if you just saw me like disappear? Oh, there she went. But no, it's street cleaner. They're doing a good job. They've been by like 4 times already. And I live, there's a cul-de-sac on the right side of me, so they spend a lot of times like going in a circle to get every little leaf. Okay. All right, for us, for October 23rd, for Friday. Okay. And this is the, well, this deck here, of course, is the Light Seer's Tarot. And then this deck is the Spirit Animal Oracle. Okay, so, well, this is beautiful. So the Scarab Beetle Spirit says, magic works through you. Yes, that's very true. And boy, does that not go with this card reversed. This, like I was saying, it truly reminds me of the cocoon, of the butterfly, of the caterpillar liquefying. Yeah. In fact, it reminds me of a poem. There's a wonderful gal that I took a lot of workshops from, did intensives with over the years. Her name's Kim Rosen, R-O-S-E-N. You can look her up online. She has done music. She's a poet. She's an amazing woman. But anyway, one of the things that I'm being reminded about is a poem that she did, and I think there was a song. I think it might have been "There's a Place Inside Where You Never Die," or at least that's part of the lyric in there. If many of you are interested in, just drop a comment, and I'll try and look it up if you can't find it. But if you just Google Kim, K-I-M, of course, Rosen, and look for her poetry and look for her music and see what's out there. She's done some beautiful, really beautiful poems, but there was this one about, and I remember going through the workshop with her, there was this one about, the liquefaction of inside the cocoon. So, okay, so there's that, and I'm going to say that I believe this card goes better here with this one. What else do we have? Okay. Oh, horse spirit. Yeah. Horses are so powerful. They're so smart. and they're so loving. Usually. I had a couple, no, I had one that wasn't. He just wanted to run away with me on him. Anyway, he was a retired racehorse. But anyway, so back to this card. It says freedom is yours. Of course, absolutely. The freedom is coming. The freedom is coming. Absolutely. Maybe this one goes together here. No, actually, I think it goes this way because this is more of a freedom card to me. In fact, let's turn these right side up so you can get a better take on the images. Let's make sure I have enough room down here for the closed captions. Yeah, that should work. And then our last card, but I'm going to put it here with this one because these two cards go together very well. Slow and steady wins the race with the turtle. This is a beautiful sea turtle, I think. Looks like a sea turtle to me. But yes, so when we're going through these deeply transformative times, there's certainly no reason to rush it. And in fact, part of your self-care is to not push yourself. Part of the healing process, at least for me it was, and many of the clients I've worked with, had to do with letting go of pushing yourself. It had to do with letting go of needing to be what other people, you know, have projected upon you that you need to be in order to get their love or approval. So it's a big transformational process. So you got to take your time with it. Know that there is something, that there's a miracle that's occurring, you know, that's working through you. And the miracle is a rebirth into a new life for you. And that you will have that freedom coming. It will be coming. Okay. Well, I don't see anything else I want to talk to, except for just, you know, these two cards are really, this tells me about the process, this tells me about the future, but this is like the here and the now. So yes, go slow, take your time. Don't do anything more than you need to keep things flowing in a peaceful way, but do all that you can to take, you know, good self-care. Okay, you guys. Thank you. Bye.